Woe to you of earth and sea.
Welcome to Satan is My Superhero, a show for atheists, scoffers, heathens, and unbelievers. I'm your host, Judas Falling. In this episode, we take a trip down the blasphemous, heretical road to Golgotha that is Monty Python's Life of Brian. Set in a time when religious saviors and revolutionary leaders stood on every street corner shouting their messages of impending end-of-times catastrophes, the film follows the very ordinary man Brian, who, through no fault of his own, gets mistaken for one of these radical messiahs. We will scour the scourge of screaming, scathing, scornful scandals aimed at scuttling the most scrumptiously, scurrilously, scatological, sacrilegious scrutiny of scripture ever scribbled by scruffy scriptwriters when it scorched across screens in 1979.
Time for a brief background.
The Monty Python team were made up of British sketch comedy writers and performers Graham Chapman, John Cleave, Eric Idle, Terry Jones, Michael Palin, and American animator Terry Gilliam. The group had found international success with a BBC television series called
Monty Python's Flying Circus. I have re-gendered my voice for the episode. I am a team player.
Cool. So anyway, Monty Python's Flying Circus ran from 1969 until 1974. It was a surreal combination of comedy sketches and funny songs stitched together by animated cutouts from Victorian-era photographs and illustrations.
Much of the material would be considered sexist, homophobic, transphobic, and racist today.
Well, yeah, okay, in the 21st century, the show is
Problematic.
But when I was a kid, we didn't know about any of that stuff.
When you were a kid, parents smoked in the car and no one wore seat belts. Are you going to tell me they just didn't know they were doing the wrong thing? They knew.
Zoomers, am I right?
Anyway, moving along. In between seasons 2 and 3 of the TV series, the Pythons reshot a number of sketches from the first 2 seasons for film and released a motion picture with the misleading title.
And now for something completely different.
And the film did okay at the box office.
Hey, I saw all these jokes on the TV show.
With the moderate success of And Now for Something Completely Different, the Pythons shot another feature film in between seasons 3 and 4.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Rather than a cobbling together of previously performed sketches, this film was an entirely new script with a single narrative. It follows a Monty Python version of the Arthurian legend. You may remember Arthur. He was the one who proved he was worthy of being king by pulling a sword out of a stone.
The way democracy is going these days, you might find yourself using the same method soon. It won't be any better.
The other side has stolen the sword, stormed the Capitol. I mean nothing. Did anyone hear that? Something about storming the Capitol. I didn't say it.
Holy Grail did very well at the box office and the big screen bug had bitten. Perhaps not coincidentally, the juice soon ran out of the Flying Circus and the 4th and final season was only half as long as the previous 3.
Come on, Terry, it's time to stop wistfully staring out the window.
But it was so exciting and glamorous making our own movie.
I know, but it's glamorous work here at the BBC too. Now let's finish this sketch so we can get down to the cafeteria for bangers and mash Monday.
Okay, well, what have we got so far?
A real fish-out-of-water situation followed by a stream of consciousness and no conclusion.
Or just have a random character enter for no apparent reason, and the other characters are just inexplicably mean to him.
And the audience will laugh at the awkwardness of this situation. It's a schadenfreude type of thing.
Sure, whatever.
I'm here for my scene in the Iron Maiden. Strap me in good and tight, don't spare the nails. I've been a very naughty boy. Punish me like it's for the sins of all mankind.
What the bloody hell are you doing here?
I'm here for my scene in the Iron
Wrong scene.
Oh, but
Go away, no one wants you here.
Terribly sorry to have disturbed.
Piss off. So something like that?
Yeah, exactly like that.
By 1976, the first draft of what would become Life of Brian was completed. The final draft would be ready for pre-production in 1978 after a 2-week writing session in Barbados.
It's nice work if you can get it.
The TV series and the two previous films had only become more popular in the time it took to finish the script, and EMI Films couldn't fall over themselves fast enough to pony up £3 million to invest in this internationally acclaimed and proven comedy team. And here is where our episode really begins.
The Pythons are making another movie.
Janice, get my checkbook.
Don't you want to read the script first?
I would, but I can't see anything through these damn dollar signs in my eyes.
With the backing of a major film studio, the cogs began turning. But only days before production was due to start, EMI pulled out of the film. According to legend, head of EMI's leisure division and largest individual shareholder in the company, Bernard Defont, had finally gone around to reading the screenplay.
Janice, hold my calls for the next hour. I'll be in the office reading that Python script.
Certainly, Lord Delfont.
Turn off! Get my heart pill!
The last words in the song,
Always look on the bright side of life,
which are effectively the last words spoken in the movie, are dedicated to Bernard Delfont when Eric Idle says,
Bernie, I told him. I said, they'll never make their money back.
Famously, George Harrison mortgaged his house so the film could still go ahead. Harrison was no stranger to trolling Christians. Back in 1966, while promoting his struggling little garage band out of Liverpool, he had told journalist for the Evening Standard, Maureen Cleave,
Why is there all this stuff about blasphemy? If Christianity's as good as they say it is, it should stand up to a bit of discussion.
This public statement from Harrison was completely ignored by everyone.
No one ever noticed George. It's why I always said he should have been a ninja.
However, in the same series of interviews with Maureen Cleave, much cooler bandmate John Lennon said,
Christianity will go. It'll vanish and shrink. I needn't argue about that. I'm right, and I'll be proved right. We're more popular than Jesus now. I don't know which will go first, rock and roll or Christianity.
Once that quote had been reprinted in an American teen magazine 3 months later, the entire world caught on fire.
Excuse me, Jesus. How do you feel about the Beatles claiming that they are more popular than you?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I'm a big fan of the music John, Paul and Ringo are producing.
What about George?
Who?
There's a fourth Beatle, George.
Is there? Huh.
I'm here for my scene in the Iron Maiden. Strap me in good and tight. Don't spare the nails. I've been...
You're in the wrong sketch.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Now piss off.
So over a decade later, Harrison was ready to court Christian outrage once again, and this time, hopefully, be noticed.
You know, now that I think about it, if George had been a ninja, Eric Clapton would have just come along, done it better, and stolen his girlfriend.
In September 1978, Monty Python's Life of Brian was filmed on location in Tunisia with George's mortgage money. The only religious controversy to discuss in the actual production itself was Graham Chapman exposing himself to 150 Muslim women.
How was your day, Fatima?
Well, Mother, I saw an infidel's uncircumcised penis.
Oh? How did that make you feel?
It confirmed and strengthened my commitment to the Prophet.
The real fun begins when it comes time to release the film.
Let's go, boys!
I'm going to take a short break from the show right now to talk about my sponsors and Patreon. I don't currently have sponsors or Patreon.
Wait, you do have a Patreon. Yeah, you do. Go to satanismysuperhero.com to find out more details.
Make sure you go check it out.
Please, I beg of you. Please, just go to the Patreon. My shoe's getting moldy, so I can't eat it anymore. I'm going to starve to death.
3 years earlier, in 1976, the fortnightly publication
Gay News
had published
The Love That Dares to Speak Its Name by poet James Kirkup.
The poem depicts Jesus having sex with men before and after his crucifixion.
He had a resurrection erection. Yeah, I couldn't resist. You can edit that out. It's not my best work.
Famous Christian morals campaigner and all-round OG Karen, Mary Whitehouse, took Gay News to court on the grounds of
blasphemous libel.
And she won.
Fear my wrath, bitches. I'm coming after all yous perverts and blasphemers.
While no one knew it at the time, White House versus Lennon would turn out to be the last successful blasphemy case in the UK.
Oh, bollocks.
The publisher Dennis Lemon came very close to doing actual prison time.
I murdered my neighbours and 4 of the coppers who came in to arrest me. What are you in for?
Yes, I published a poem.
I feel you, brother. Just another victim of this society's tyrannical obsession with the iambic pentameter.
Because of Chapman's association with the gay news, Monty Python had donated £500 to the magazine's defence fund. So just a couple of years later, when it came time to release their movie, they were very well aware of the case.
What are we going to do if White House comes after us?
We'll punch her in the nuts.
Look, for far too many reasons to go into right here and now, we can't be punching a woman in the nuts.
Okay, fair enough. We'll kick her in the nuts instead.
With the threat of Mary Whitehouse hanging in the air, it was decided to release the film in the constitutional home of free speech and religious tolerance first.
USA! USA! USA!
That's right. In 1979, you could go to America to avoid persecution from fundamentalist Christians.
That was a long time ago.
That's not to say the film didn't create a wave of frantic gnashing of teeth. It did. There was just no legal reason to stop it.
I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do. The First Amendment is very clear on this issue.
But can't you just be more creative with how you interpret it? You know, like we do with the Second Amendment.
So on the 17th of August 1979, Life of Brian opened in the US. 2 days later, President of the Rabbinical Alliance of America, Abraham Hecht, stated,
Never have we come across such a foul, disgusting, blasphemous film before.
Obviously hadn't seen episode 1, The Phantom Menace, yet. Yeah, that's right, I couldn't think of a more recent movie reference. I'm sorry about that. I don't get out much.
Ironically, Hecht also claimed,
This film is so grievously insulting that we are genuinely concerned that its continued showing could result in violence.
Ironic, because in 1994, the good rabbi referred to Baruch Goldstein as
a great man, a holy man.
After Goldstein had murdered 29 unarmed Palestinians and wounded another 125 in a mass shooting in Hebron.
I'm here for my scene in the Iron
Nope. Then in 1995, Hecht very strongly implied it wouldn't be a sin if someone were to murder Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin for the way he was conducting the Oslo peace agreements at the time.
Will no one rid me of this turbulent Prime Minister?
3 months later, Rabin was assassinated.
It was a joke.
Back in 1979, it was reported in New York, protester placards outside cinemas read,
Python equals serpent equals Satan.
Oh, how did they see through my brilliant genius deception? They must have IQs in double digits.
Howdy, it's the Reverend Steph here. Most of the music in this episode was supplied by the comedy disco punk band The Genuine Hoots of Joy. If you want to hear the songs in their entirety, check out Hoots of Joy on YouTube. You might recognise the lead singer. Okay, it's me.
Head of Communications for the Lutheran Church, Robert E. A. Lee,
No relation to treasonous Confederate General Robert E. Lee,
called the film
A disgraceful and distasteful assault on religious sensitivity.
Like Hecht before him, there's an ironic scent in the air around this comment. Lee himself had produced a film about Martin Luther, which Catholics around the world had found to be a disgraceful and distasteful assault on their religious sensitivity. Lee's Martin Luther film was banned in several places because of this.
Hypocritical,
In September 1979, a Citizens Against Blasphemy rally took place outside the Warner Communication Building in New York, where the Reverend Roger Fulton complained about many things in the film, including...
Several times male desires to change into a female are expressed.
Which is weirdly worded, if you ask me. In Fulton's defence, he was reading from notes he had made while watching the movie. Nevertheless, male desires to change into a female are expressed reads like a general statement about males on a whole and the shared common desire we all have, in Fuller's mind at least, to become ladies.
Hey, Roger, did you hear Gerald is insisting everyone call him Geraldine now and has started wearing a dress?
He has no right to do that. Not with his thighs.
The character Fulton is referring to is Stan, played by Eric Idle. Stan announces early on in the film that he wants to be a woman and be known as Loretta from now on. Her comrades do begrudgingly accept Loretta's choice and try to call her Loretta from then on, proving my conjecture that the Pythons were more progressive than TT's realises.
Okay, Boomer.
Fulton himself was no stranger to outrage. The fundamentalist pastor preached against women's bodily autonomy, same-sex relationships, and sex education from his tiny little church in Greenwich Village, which surprisingly was not popular among the locals. And his little church was vandalised numerous times.
Oh, I wonder who it is. Oh, it's a burning turd. Again.
America's
National Catholic Office for Motion Pictures
designated the film as
morally offensive.
Multiple sources claim Brian received a C for Condemned from the organisation, but they had retired that rating system in 1978.
Bad news, George. The National Catholic Office for Motion Pictures are not going to condemn the film.
Oh my God, I'm going to lose my house.
With all this hoopla and tantrums from bigots making headlines all around the US, the film played on 3 times as many screens across the country as was originally planned. John Cleave said of the campaigners,
"They have actually made me rich."
I wish I could attract some of that Christian hate.
You are the George Harrison of podcasters.
I'm here for my scene in the Iron Maiden. Strap me in good and tight. Don't spare the nails. I've been a very naughty...
You're in the wrong episode.
Oh, that makes sense. So what should I do now?
Piss off.
And I think that will do for part 1 of this 2-parter. In the next episode, we'll look at how the film's rollout in the UK and the rest of the world went and its legacy today. So with that, let us now hear from Python cast member Eric Idle, who wrote...
If anything can survive the probe of humour, it's clearly of value. And conversely, all groups who claim immunity from laughter are claiming special privileges which should not be granted.
And that's why Satan is my superhero. If you've enjoyed this episode, rate, review, subscribe, you know the deal. But please do go check out the website, satanismysuperhero.com, where you will find links to the merch store, our Patreon page, and all our social medias.
Christianity will go. God, that went weird. I don't know. Okay.
Will no one rid me of this turbulent pie?
This turbulent pie.
Am I right?
No, that's too hard. I'm not going to be able to do it.
They have actually made me rich. Try that again.
I'm going to try to do Saul Goodman.
Yes, that's exactly who I had in mind.
If anything,
that we are genuine
I have, secretly been speaking in an Irish accent in my head for about a week because of this.
You know, like we do with the second... Oh, it's American.
Damn it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, make sure you go to satanismysuperhero.com or I'll pull a wanky prank on you.